Welcome back. You're watching Toe to Toe Tuesday here on FS1. We're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, at the Sands Bethlehem. It is main event time. Frank De Alba taking on Omar Super O Douglas. For Douglas, first time for him headlining. 15-0. 11 of those wins have come by knockouts as we take a look at the Corona tail of the tape. De Alba 4 years older, but Douglas has the longer reach in this fight. Let's see if that comes into play and he utilizes that reach. This one should be a good one. Both fighters, they're in the ring. We get the official introduction from the one and only Ray Flores.
From the Sands Casino Resort here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Premier Boxing Champions now features the main event. Live on FS1, 10 rounds in the super featherweight division. The three judges ringside are Bernard Bruni, Ronald McNair, and Steve Weisfeld. And the referee in charge when the bell sounds, Gary Rosato. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black, purple, and gray. His professional record, 17 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, half a dozen victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Reading, Pennsylvania by way of Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Frank De Alba. Across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black with the gray. As a professional, undefeated, 15 wins, 11 of those coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Wilmington, Delaware. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Omar Super O Douglas.
Frank, you got your mouthpiece in. Omar, let's go. Omar, mouthpiece. That mouthpiece in. Put in. Okay, gentlemen, I gave you specific detailed instructions in the locker room. I'm only going to tell you 2 things. Protect yourselves at all times, and most importantly, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, bang at the bell. God bless.
Omar Douglas told us, I'm tired of being mentioned in the same breath as De Alba. I'm on a different level than him. I've been in the shadows far too long. My time is now. Frank De Alba says, I know Omar Douglas is a strong fighter, but don't underestimate me tonight. You will see the best Frank De Alba this evening. This is round 1. Douglas, the black trunks, the silver trim. De Alba, the black trunks, the purple trim. Here's De Alba, he's the southpaw coming out. Both using the jab.
Douglas already starting off doing what he said he would do yesterday. Pressure, punches in his face. He said the jab's his best punch, and he's working off it right now. He's just starting off right.
Yes, he is. He's starting out, like you said, he is a very aggressive fighter. And he's a fighter that likes to throw bunches of punches. If you look at De Alba, Steve, he's moving into the right-hand power of Douglas without laying ground fire down, and when I mean ground fire, without laying out the jab.
Yeah, he's trying to, we saw, in the past, Roy Jones, he would fight southpaw differently. So now we have the southpaw fighting the Orthodox a little differently. He trained to fight with that left foot on the outside. He's mixing it up a bit, trying to make something happen. Let's see if this is part of their game plan.
De Alba's got a number of fans here for him. Reading, which is basically an hour drive from Bethlehem, so he's got a lot of his people here, family, friends.
I like that little short move Douglas made in there. He threw the right hand a few moments before. This time he went in, feinted the right hand, but just watched him. Smart move right there.
It was a good move, and when you think about it, Douglas is another one of those young men that had an extensive amateur career.
We're under a minute here in round one. De Alba says, I know Douglas had a great left hook. My jab and my hook will be the key here. He says specifically his right hook.
Steve, we talked about that earlier yesterday. I'm sorry. Douglas is just walking this man down. De Alba he cannot afford to let Douglas get aggressive and walk him down. He have to use his jab to hold him at bay.
That's what happens when you have a fighter in Douglas who says this guy's not on my level. He's showing he really believes that. I'm going to walk this dude down, stay in his face, and fight him.
Yes. Until De Alba proves him wrong is what it is.
There's a sneaky left hand that gets in for De Alba.
De Alba looking good right there, putting on some boxing moves, showing ring generalship there. Pretty good move.
And round one comes to a close. You know, we do this all the time, especially with our main event. Give me one thing that these fighters need to do to be successful here tonight. Let's start with Omar Douglas, Steve.
Douglas, he needs to do what he's doing. Be himself. Walk the guy down. He says Hagler is his idol. He's looking like Hagler right now, walking this guy down with a bunch of punches. He's doing a good job.
Barry, give me one thing.
I spoke about it earlier. I think De Alba needs to jab. I think right now, from what I see, he doesn't look comfortable in there. If he uses jab, he can slow the pace down. He can turn around and disrupt the timing of Douglas, and he can buy himself some time.
And considering Douglas is such an aggressive, come-forward type fighter, you saying that jab can neutralize him?
That jab can hold him at bay, and it can cut down some of the aggression of Douglas.
This is round two. De Alba, he is on a 15-fight win streak. Douglas has never lost thus far. He's 15-0. And in fact, De Alba's only loss came in his pro debut. And that was almost 5 years ago when he was in prison in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He was in prison on a gun charge. Had his first professional fight in prison.
That could be uncomfortable.
Oh.
A lot of things can go wrong in there. Who knows?
Right, if you remember yesterday in the meeting, when I walked in and I heard De Alba say that his hook was his best punch, and I asked him, if you can't land that hook, then what?
Because it's Douglas who's landed a couple of hooks, big hooks on De Alba thus far.
It's good to have a plan A, a plan B, and sometimes you need a plan C. And then even then, sometimes a fight breaks out in the boxing match.
Steve, you spoke about it earlier. I believe it's the last fight. When you only can do one thing, and if someone takes that one thing away that you do good, it puts you in a bad position. You need to learn every aspect of this game.
That's what makes a versatile champion. Being able to do different things. You're going to be taken to different places in a fight. 8-round, 10-round, 12-round fight. This is a 10-round fight. It's like a long run. Sometimes you take that 5-6 mile run, you go through different changes. That's a fight.
Well, Douglas was very frank and honest about, listen, I'm so excited, this being my first headlining opportunity for me. I can't not only win, I got to look spectacular when I win.
That's why a lot of times, again, there are levels to this game. A lot of times you got a lot of young fighters that come out that think they're ready for that next stage and that next level, the TVs, the lights, the cameras, the action, and when they get there, they get gunshot, they find out that they should have stayed back just a little bit longer.
Good right hook like that. He's closing the gap with punches.
Steve, look how uncomfortable De Alba looks in there.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. He's totally uncomfortable. He's not doing what he said he would do, drop his hook.
One of the reasons that he looks uncomfortable to me is because Douglas is putting so much pressure on him, and he doesn't use his jab to stop Douglas from coming in. Douglas had nothing to oppose him from walking him down.
And that's what pressure does.
Here's the final. There's a left hand by De Alba that gets in. And another left hand at the back for De Alba.
It's some action from that last round here from Douglas. With him putting on this pressure, he's in the chest of De Alba, able to land those hooks he wants and keep going. And he's back in his chest again. Right hand, set him back up. Double hooks, shots to the head, shots to the body. This guy's putting in work as we said he would do, as he said he would do.
Steve, look at the confidence on Douglas' face.
It's a different beast, man. It's levels, baby.
Absolutely.
Round 3, we're scheduled for 10 here in our main event.
But hey, that last little trade-off in the last round, I saw a little spurt of boxing ability at De Alba.
De Alba, he connected a couple times with the left hand.
We got ourselves a fight here now. De Alba's throwing them blows. He's looking a little more comfortable this round.
I believe we're going to see Douglas turn it up in a few. De Alba wants to land that right hook of his, but again, he have to camouflage it by using the jab. Double, triple the jab. And if you notice, every time Douglas gets close to him, he grabs and grabs.
Travis Kaufman, he was in the corner of Frank De Alba. Travis, what were they talking about?
Well, I'm sitting in the corner right now. I just spoke to Marshall Kaufman, and he's saying that he needs to continue to touch Omar Douglas down to his body and continue to double and triple his jab. I know very well what Marshall's talking about. He tells me all the time.
Of course, Marshall is the father of Travis Kaufman, also his trainer as well. So, yeah, he's heard that fatherly advice as well. This is round 3. These guys step in the center of the ring.
De Alba stepped his game up this round most definitely. He's going back and forth. He's trading a bit more. He's throwing more punches.
He catches Douglas coming in.
Barry, you can attest to this. When you're fighting a guy who comes in such as Douglas, you can turn it to the counterpuncher easy and score your shots, possibly get a knockdown in transition.
Yes, you can, because if you think back to yesterday again, Douglas feels as though De Alba is not on his level. So therefore, he's going to take chances that he normally wouldn't take with a fighter that has more experience.
And because he is headlining, you can tell the way he expressed it. I don't want to just win. I really want to impress people.
He want to look good and doing it.
I want to show people I'm a force to be reckoned with at 130. Into it. 30 seconds left here in round 3.
Alba's being very smart. He's picking his shots. He's counter-punching. He's doing exactly what you do with the guy with a lot of aggression. I'll give him this round, no doubt.
Here's another left hand by De Alba.
With the left hand. Let's take a look at these counter left hand that De Alba has found a mark for. In the gym, we like to call this a ride and come back with the right hand. We call it a rock right hand, but in this case, it's the left hand that he's rocking with. The only thing about that, if you notice, when he took a turn and he rocked on that hand, he dropped his right hand. He still have to hold the phone. That means keeping your hands up. But I see in De Alba, Steve, he's starting to settle down a little bit more.
Yeah, you see a lot more confidence in his body work, in his body movement, I'm sorry. He's jabbing to the body now. He's getting a little more composed each round.
30 seconds. Now going here to round 4. We are commercial free for the rest of this main event.
So, shots there from Douglas look like aggression. Just hit the body anywhere it can. Sometimes you get frustrated when you're not able to do what you think you're supposed to do. You know, as he said he's not on my level. He's getting touched by this guy that's supposed to be on his level.
Yes, because sometimes when you start talking like that, you try to be overly impressive and turn around and be under-impressive. He needs to go ahead on, again, gain control of his mind, set the pace, use his jab, hunt this man down, get to the body, and I think he'll do more damage that way.
Douglas certainly looked to be dominating the first 2 rounds, and then it seemed like the last 2 rounds, De Alba found his confidence.
Yep, with that left hand, he's found the home for it. Once you load your guy's power shot up, he's a deadly fighter. Even more deadly than we already are.
Steve, if I'm in Douglas's corner, I'm switching up right now. I'm sending him right to the body.
Yeah, and that'd be very smart. Very smart. Right to the body and tone down a bit of the aggression. He's really only getting caught when he dives in. De Alba's waiting for him to dive in.
There's a 1-2 combination there by De Alba. And finishes it with a left hand.
He has found the mark for that ride and coming back with that left hand.
These guys were originally scheduled to fight back in August at the Barclays Center in the undercard of the Danny Garcia-Paulie Malignaggi fight. De Alba had some blood issues right before the weigh-in. Fight got postponed until tonight. Final 10 seconds here, round 4. See, De Alba tried to catch Douglas with a check right hook. Let's listen in on the corners. We'll start with Frank De Alba.
All right, listen, following a little too much for me. Understand? You're not getting on my right hand underneath, and it's there for us. Understand? You have to dictate.
Let's go to the blue corner now.
Give me that right hand. If you bring him around here, gotta come back clean with the hook. Understand? Don't follow this kid around. All right? Cut the ring on. We work on this. Meet that chump right where he is. Bang. Either side. Understand? I need you to be a little bit more aggressive. What's up? All right.
It's a family affair there in the corner of Douglas. That was Doug Pettiford giving him his instructions, but he's also his brother, his father, also a trainer. What'd you think of the instructions?
I thought he was right on point. If you heard the corner correctly, he said he wanted more aggression, and which is what I spoke to you about, Steve. Walking him down, getting to the body.
Yeah, and for De Alba, I mean, we don't speak Spanish, but one of his trainers did say that, and he threw his punches. One, I understand that perfectly well. 1, 2, uppercut. That's what he wants De Alba to do. He wants him to work the uppercuts now.
Jab, right hook by Douglas. De Alba grabs him.
Omar needs to start going underneath.
Here's a couple of jabs by Omar Douglas as he picks up the pace here in round 5.
I like it because he's following his corner's instructions.
Yes, body shots, uppercuts there by Douglas. Combination now, Douglas.
Douglas is starting to get to De Alba in a big way.
Big left hook by Douglas.
Douglas continues this. This is the breakdown approach here. He can break De Alba down and continues this type of pressure. This is key.
Body shot, left hook to the body by Douglas.
I'm with his corner. I think if he mash on the gas just a little bit more, pay dividends to the body, I think it'll be over.
And you
Another left hook to the body.
notice in the clinch.
There it is.
Here he comes. Here comes Omar Douglas now.
De Alba grabs and he holds on. He holds on heavy. You know, those body shots are doing something.
Right now, Douglas is imposing his will on De Alba, and De Alba's will is breaking.
That bit of confidence that De Alba built those last 2 rounds just went out the window.
Right there, Douglas needs to stay to the body. Anything he throw underneath, body, uppercut, I think he'll fare well with it.
He came up top with a left hook right on the jaw.
I'd like to see De Alba fight Douglas. Just fight him back in a couple spots. You know, don't hold, don't grab, switch it up, and just, hey, look, you hit me, I'm hitting you, we gonna go at it just for a little bit, and then go back and move. You know, switch it up.
Take the bull by the horn.
Yes.
Under 30 seconds, there's a right hook and an uppercut by De Alba.
I'm telling you, man, these fighters, they have headpieces, man. They're listening to us.
Left hook by Douglas. Best round of the fight there, round 5.
The aggressiveness of Douglas has been a key moment here in this round. He's staying in De Alba's chest, closing the gap and running those hands. Right hands, left hooks, body shots, back-to-back jabs. He's putting in work. He's putting on pressure that De Alba can't withstand for long. He needs to continue this. Hooks, right hand, straight lefts. Going to work. That right hand, and he's back in De Alba's chest, back where he wants to be. Just as his corner said, apply pressure.
Here comes round 6. Douglas is out of Wilmington, Delaware. About 90 miles from where we are now. He even said, let's have an old school mindset because, listen, coming from Delaware, I always had to go to Philly to get tested and to go fight and earn my medal. There's another big left hook by Douglas.
Guys, I like what I saw from the corner of Douglas. They were calm, they were professional, they knew what they were talking about, and if you look opposite that corner, you saw more desperation.
And another key is they know their fighter. They knew he would give them what they asked for. You know, that relationship between fighter and coach and corner has to be just like that, and it is in the Douglas corner.
Crowd chanting Frankie. They're behind De Alba. Here's a stiff jab. Douglas tries to work his way inside. We're halfway through round 6 as we check out our throwdownscoring.com. You have given Douglas every round, well, except for the 4th and 3rd round. You gave it at 10-10. How about that? We thought maybe those were rounds that De Alba pulled out. You, the fans, have them even.
Steve, I'm with you. De Alba gonna have to hold his ground. He's gonna have to make Douglas respect him in this ring.
He has to. If he continues to backpedal like this with the minuscule amount of punches he's throwing, he's going to just give rounds away with Douglas's pressure and his output. He has to draw that line in the ring, and at least for 10 seconds, and switch it up and go to work, and then continue to just do that. Just do it here and there. Pick his spots.
Short right uppercut by De Alba. We're into 30 seconds in round 6.
There's that right hook from De Alba.
Yeah, there's a right hook.
Need to see more of that.
He ate a right hand, though.
You know, a lot of times war is determined by who controls most territory. And if you look at this fight, Douglas is doing just that. He's controlling most of the landscape of the ring.
Douglas is like the U.S. military right now.
You know a little bit about that.
Kicking butt, taking names.
Let's take a listen here to the corner of Omar Douglas.
You're looking good, young man. Understand? I don't want you following, baby. All right? If you're gonna move, you gotta use the jab to get close. Understand? After the jab, you want to take pressure. Come straight up the middle. When he try to hold you, give him a half a step. This when you get slipped. This when you get slipped, you hear me? This is the slick rim. You need to use all the tricks. How you feel? Come underneath. Let's do this. All right, let's do this. Right now. All right, you look like you took that round off, and I don't want that. My hands got to go with it. Understand?
You heard Doug Pettiford. You hear the brother. Is it too many instructions coming there?
Well, I was getting ready to compliment the corner even more because a lot of times you want one voice in that corner. When you have 2 or 3 voices, it gets confusing.
Let's find out what the corner of Frank De Alba had to say. Our Travis Kaufman's been there. Trav, what'd he say?
Well, I'm sitting here talking to Marshall Kaufman, who is the English translator for Frank De Alba. He wants Frank to put a lot more pressure on. And, you know, like basketball, when you're in the paint too long, you're still a target. So he wants him to don't stay in the position longer than 3 seconds and move and get out of the way.
Thanks, Trav. Want him to basically connect, maybe 1, 2, step out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then step around. Get my angle. Don't be a target. And if you look, now Douglas understands that he's being countered with that left hand. So that last one he weaved and missed him clean.
Here's a short right hook by De Alba.
That's right. De Alba needs to trust in his jab. Double, triple the jab. Frank, do something, but you cannot let Douglas just keep walking you down like this.
This is what boxing is about. Sometimes, you know, as Brother Nazim says, sometimes in a boxing match, a fight breaks out. The fight has to break out in De Alba in order for him to secure a victory.
Halfway through round 7.
Yes.
Better round for De Alba. Here the corner employed. De Alba to use his speed.
Steve, in that position right there, once Douglas get to him, De Alba has a tendency to drop his whole torso. Douglas needs to start digging shots underneath, up the middle, right there.
Yeah, it shows that Douglas is anticipating he's about to go to my body.
Look at the uppercut. There it is.
Cut by Douglas. Left hook by De Alba.
He needs to keep operating downstairs.
Another right hook by De Alba.
He's firing back. He's fighting. He's in there fighting. He took some good shots a few seconds ago. Sometimes fighters get out of there. Sometimes fighters stand and fight. De Alba's standing and fighting. Good on him. We got ourselves a fight.
30 seconds here left in round 7. There's a right uppercut by De Alba.
Body shots from Douglas are really taking a toll on De Alba. He's gritting down in that mouthpiece and he's working through it. That's all.
1-2 by De Alba. Combination Douglas. Final seconds of this round. This is what Toe-to-Toe Tuesday's all about. And speaking of Toe-to-Toe Tuesday here on FS1, we return January 12th from San Antonio. Miguel Flores squares off against Mario Briones in the main event. It's only on FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Saturday, January 16th, from New York City, the Barclays Center. 2 heavyweight title fights. They're on the line on Showtime Championship Boxing. Charles Martin squares off against Vyacheslav Glasgow for the vacant IBF world title. And Deontay Wilder takes on Artur Spilka for the WBC heavyweight belt. It's Saturday, January 16th from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And coming up in January, it's Fox Fight Week in Los Angeles. First on Tuesday the 19th from Club Nokia. Jamal James takes on Javier Molina in the main event here on FS1. Saturday, January 23rd from the Staples Center. 3 fights for you. Danny Garcia in the main event taking on Robert Guerrero on Fox. Fox Fight Week in LA. It comes your way in January. This is round 8 of our main event. We're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Brian Custer alongside Steve Cunningham, Barry Hunter, Travis Kaufman. In the ring, Frank De Alba in the black trunks, the purple trim. Omar Douglas, the black trunks, the silver trim. There's a 1-2 by De Alba.
De Alba sensed that urgency, and he's standing his ground. He's planting that foot and he's launching shots.
That last round, towards the end of that last round, was a very spirited round.
Yeah. I'd say that too, yeah. Fights like these, even though De Alba may lose, will change his fight. You know, will upgrade his fight. He's going to be upgraded tonight.
This is a fight that he can definitely grow from. Win, lose, or draw. Douglas is starting to recognize De Alba is ducking too low. He's looking at the canvas. If he keep bringing it up the middle.
How about that combination by Douglas as we take a look at our throwdownscoring.com. You guys have 3 10-10 rounds here. Calling that last round even. Got Douglas up 4.
Stevie's right in line. De Alba's right in line for a right uppercut. When he get inside, there it is.
Yep. He ducks right down, right there to it. And with the combinations of Douglas, I won't be surprised when it lands.
Barry, you asked for De Alba. Sometimes he's just got to fight back. That's what we're seeing right here. Check right hook De Alba. That's De Alba. Here comes Douglas now.
Smart choice on De Alba. Grab, walking back, slow it down a bit.
De Alba's the 4th southpaw that Omar Douglas has faced in his career. The other 3, he has stopped.
Steve, when in doubt, sometimes you just got to fight your way out.
De Alba's doing that. He is doing that. He's launching shots. I'm impressed, man. Good job on De Alba's part.
30 seconds left.
Don't have to be pretty a lot of time. He got to dig down and he got to go get it. Make it ugly.
Short uppercut by Douglas. Here's a left hand by De Alba. What a fight thus far.
That's my man.
Here we see in this last round where Douglas was going in for work and De Alba lands a great, Douglas lands a great hook. Wobbled his man, went in for the kill. When you had that pressure on him, that's what happens. Good punch, very good hook there. De Alba's open for shots, and Douglas is picking and choosing, and he's landing good shots.
Yes, De Alba, he is. I'm looking at his corner right now, you know, and I'm looking at the fans in the stands. Everybody is trying to urge him to bite down and go for it. This is what you dreamed about. This is what you worked for. You're here now. It don't matter how you got here. You got to go get it.
De Alba sucked it up, man. He's sucking it up. His corner's been urging him. It's a good fight going on right now.
Travis Kaufman, he's in the corner of De Alba listening in. Travis, what'd they say?
Well, Marshall Kaufman wants De Alba to keep walking Douglas down and drop his straight left hand and counter with the right hook.
You can hear the corner of De Alba saying, yes, walking back. Impose your will. Douglas, a full-time fighter. De Alba works at a metal company. afternoon, gets up at 5 to go run, then goes to work, and then from 3:30 to 9, he trains the rest of the night.
And De Alba has to draw from all of that. Right now, you need to become that steel that you work with every day. Find a way.
Let's go to our punch stats here. Through 8 rounds.
Good uppercut by Douglas.
Douglas throwing 570 punches. Landing 25% De Alba, landing 32% of his.
Douglas does beautiful when he puts those punches together in combinations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right on the inside. Uppercuts, hooks, straight rights. Doing a good job.
Here's a straight light by Douglas. We hit the halfway point of round 9.
Nice feint. That was an awesome feint Douglas did. He already landed one right hand, feinted the second left hook. Good job.
Here's a left hand by De Alba.
De Alba threw a beautiful combination just now, but after he threw it, he ended up fighting in reverse again.
What De Alba's doing right now is he's basically, helping his stock stay where it is. His stock will not be hurt after this fight. He's putting up such a good fight. He may lose, like we said before, on the scores he's losing, but he's will not go down.
Check right hook by De Alba. Here comes the crowd again, cheering Frankie. Fist of flying here in the 9th round. How about that? No mouthpiece.
He's been fighting without a mouthpiece for about 30 seconds.
Boy, that's tough. Left hand at the bell. We take a look at Omar Douglas. Steve, I remember at the top we talked about give me one thing. You said he had to be aggressive. What have you seen thus far?
I've seen him. He's done that and then some. He's very aggressive, and in his corner even told him to turn it up a bit more. He did what his corner said. He's been more aggressive, throwing more punches. Then he starts the combinations with speed, uppercuts, left hooks, straight rights. Omar Douglas is doing what his corner said do and what he needs to do to win.
So we take a look at Frankie Alba. Revisit. You said the one thing he had to do was utilize that jab right early and often. What have you seen thus far?
The one thing, you're right. I wanted him to use that jab early and often, which would have offset the aggression of Douglas, but he didn't do it enough. Douglas was able to walk him down, put him on his heels, and he made the fight much more difficult than it had to be.
Here we go. Round 10.
This round, you're going to see a different Alba.
First scheduled 10-rounder for Douglas.
Listen, when you got a guy like Alba who fought in jail, you can only expect him to go tooth and nail when he's down. He knows he's down. His corner knows he's down. They've been urging him to fight. He's been fighting his past rounds. He's going to go tooth and nail for this win. He's trying.
You know, Steve, you said early on in the fight, this was way early in the fight, that he needs to be more aggressive, hold his ground, and fight back early on. If he could have kept his pace on early on in the fight, it could have been a different outcome.
Yeah, sometimes a fighter needs to get taken to that place of desperation, and then they start showing you special things and exactly what they needed to do.
Minute gone here in the last and final round.
Douglas is boxing more this round. He feels as though he has his fight in the bag.
There's a check right hook and a left hook by De Alba.
I think Douglas needs to stay back in De Alba's chest. With him boxing, or it's giving De
Douglas followed it up with a right cross to the chest of De Alba. Here comes the crowd again.
De Alba right now needs to lock his hands up and go hunting.
Go hunting and come home with dinner.
Yes, sir.
Or at least try to.
Frank De Alba on a 15-fight win streak. Never been down in his career. There's another left hand. Omar Douglas undefeated.
Overall, good job by both fighters. De Alba showed he's got what it takes.
Beautiful combination by Douglas.
Douglas is showing he's undefeated, pedigree. Good work here. This is an awesome fight.
Douglas is trying to close the show right now.
He's letting the fist go. Last seconds here in this fight. One-two by De Alba with the bell. You see Douglas jumping up in jubilation. Let's find out who won this fight. When we come back, the judge's official decision. You're watching the PBC here on FS1. Ryan, Dan, appreciate it. Welcome back to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, as our main event just ended as we take a look at the final punch stats. Frank De Alba and Omar Douglas. Douglas threw over 730 punches, landed 26% of them. De Alba, over 400, nearly 450. He landed 32%. So let's find out who won this fight. Let's get the judge's official decision. It is in. Here's Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Bernard Brunim, has the bout 95-95, a draw. Overruled by Judge Steve Weisfeld, who has the bout 96-94, and Judge Ronald McNair, who sees the contest 97-93 for your winner by majority decision, Omar Super O Douglas.
So the O stays. He said he wanted to be impressive here tonight and headlining for the first time. What'd you think, Bear?
I thought Omar looked very, very good today. I thought that De Alba, since he didn't use his jab and since he didn't use those keys of victory, I think it cost him big time.
Steve?
I thought Douglas did what he's supposed to do, but I'm overall surprised and flattered by De Alba's the way he fought.